Welcome. Yes, indeed. Dr. Connie K-Spoke Carver is with us. That is Wellness by Design. Dr. Connie, good morning.
Good morning to you both.
I'm impressed. Today is about men.
All about the men.
Do we have problems or something, us men?
How long is this show,
Yeah,
Doc?
really. How long do you have?
It's not, yeah. We have other problems other than understanding women. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you've heard of mansplaining, so now I'm going to do women's splaining about men's problems. So, yeah, we often talk a lot about menopause and women, you know, their night sweats and hot flashes, but it turns out that even though men don't have this like age 50 drop off like women do, they can still lose their hormones as they age. You've heard this before, but starting at age 30 is when this very slow, almost imperceptible drop in hormones.
Right.
So by the time you're 50, 60 or beyond, you probably, if you're a man, have quite low testosterone. And also, the estrogen level in men can rise. So by the age of 60, most men have a higher estrogen level than their wife.
Oh
so
my gosh,
exactly,
really?
exactly.
But
so
both sexes have both.
of course, yes,
Right.
and men do need some estrogen, but it's a problem if the balance is off or if the testosterone is too low.
Right.
So men probably aren't going to get the night sweats and hot flashes that women are, but they're going to get problems with fatigue and brain fog, lack of motivation. So testosterone is that hormone that makes you want to get out and accomplish things, and, and gives you that kind of oomph to get things done. There can be inflammatory symptoms like headaches, and then ED, which is a problem.
Right.
So 40% of men over 40 have ED, 50% of men over 50, 60% of men over 60. And these are problems that affect quality of life, also the heart
Your
attack rate.
relationship.
Exactly.
I mean, if we're, you know what I mean? Like, if
exactly.
you can't be intimate with your wife or spouse.
Exactly. That can create distrust and, you know, what's going on? Is he having an affair? I mean, it can create all kinds of problems.
And girls will be like, well, it's obviously my fault. He's not, you
That's
know.
right.
It's like,
This
both
is a
people
whole
can kind of
other
blame.
show.
Yeah.
This is a whole hour show of
I
discussion.
told you we needed an hour.
I know,
We
right?
got
But there is help from you.
Exactly. So at our clinic at Wellness by Design, we're going to test the levels carefully and find out, you know, where they are. And of course, we know where they should be. They should be, for optimal, they should be closer to the levels a man has in his 20s. And then if a man has ED, we have some very unique but extremely effective things that we can do. And it all depends. Every case is individual, so we'll take a look at that and then decide what we need to do for it. But the answer is, the point is, there are good solutions.
Do you feel like sometimes the men feel uncomfortable even talking about it, or they just kind of hope it's the side effect that will just kind of go away on its own?
Yeah, you know, there's some men who kind of are too embarrassed to talk about, but people now realize they should be able to talk to a doctor about things.
Yeah.
So I have quite a few men who open up and say, yeah, I'm having this problem.
Yeah, especially if you can fix it pretty easily.
So
Well, and everything's on TV and commercials. All the problems medically in the world, it seems like. But now, again, we do blood test. We can check the testosterone levels, make a decision perhaps on the little pellets,
That's
implants.
right. We still consider pellets, which, as you know, sterilize the size of a grain of rice.
Yes.
Painless procedure to put them in. They land in the fatty part of the hip. And I've done over 7,000 of these procedures.
Oh, wow.
So I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
That's going to keep the testosterone in a therapeutic range for 3 to 4 months, at which point we bring them back in, check their levels first, and then if they're great, then we'll put them in on the other side. So we can keep that testosterone level stable.
But what if you just want to come in and talk to somebody, one of your staff, even you perhaps, if you're available?
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Can we do a freebie to talk?
So we have a medical consultant. She herself is not medical. You've met Anne.
Yeah.
She kind of screens to try to figure out where a person's problems are. And anybody listening to this program can have a little consult with her for free. But really the most important and probably the most efficient way for us to convey our information is for people to come to our workshop. So we have a workshop coming up next Tuesday. I believe that is the 14th. Right at our site, which is 850 South Pleasantburg. And we're going to cover all the ins and outs of testosterone. We're going to throw in a little bit about thyroid, because there's a few men out there that have low thyroid. We're going to talk about other concerns of men, for example, ED. We'll probably throw in a few little slides on hair restoration because some men don't like losing their hair. So we've got a great evening that's going to address all these things that are near and dear to a man's heart. So I encourage men to either pick up the phone and RSVP that way, or I think there's a way you can fill out online at our website.
But we don't need you to just show up.
Yeah,
we need to know you're coming.
Yes, we need to have you RSVP so we know how many people to plan for.
Right, and you're on Pleasantburg. Tell them exactly where you are.
Yeah, it's about a block from Cleveland Street, which everyone knows is that brightly colored bowling alley. So yeah, 850 South Pleasantburg, and we hope everybody with any of those concerns, and even though it's aimed at men, we welcome wives to attend too.
Because they want some answers to their husband, like, why is he so grumpy? Why
so
is he
we don't mind if women show up as well, but it is a seminar that's going to be aimed at men.
I like it. You did the women a few weeks ago. Now we got the men covered.
So she wasn't just picking on me, right?
No, she picked on me earlier. It's all good. No, we appreciate you, Dr. Connie.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you so much.